Hey there, LEGO fans, and welcome to another episode. LEGO architecture has gone all around the world, and for the third time, I believe, we are going back to Japan, right? Third time, because first time I think was the Imperial Hotel, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, and the second time was the skyline, the Tokyo skyline. And now we are going back to Japan, and I'm talking about the UNESCO World Heritage Site, the world famous Himeji Castle. This is the largest and most ornate of the Japanese style castles in Japan, and quite possibly one of the most beautiful structures in the world. Building of this started in the 1300s, went through an expansion in the 1500s, another expansion in the 1600s, and I think in the 1800s. It's gone through several iterations, but this is the current iteration. And one of its many names actually references a bird taking flight because it looks like a bird taking flight. That's the grace and beauty of this castle. I am really excited to build it because I've admired it ever since I first came across a picture of this when I was about 6. And I am so glad LEGO finally put out this, and I'm really excited to build it. So if you want to know more about it, hey, there is actually an official English website about it dedicated to this. There are several articles also dedicated to this. Architecture magazines have featured it, and Wikipedia has probably the most consumable information on it. So you can look up more. And I'm going to shut up now, open the box, and let's see what we have. And before we open it, so typical LEGO architecture, black box. The front of it shows you the castle. The side gives you a side profile of the set, and the back gives you different, shots of it. So the real castle, different, angles of the castle, and it lets you know that this is actually a modular set, and the top roof comes off, and then you get a nice little schematic. So we are looking at 2,125 pieces. So this is probably going to be about 2.5, 3 hour work, depending on how much I want to rush. But I'm going to take my time and enjoy this one. So let's find out what's in the box. All right, so there are 18 bags. 17 numbered bags, 18 in total because there are 2 bags that are labeled number. Hey, knock it off. There are 2 bags that are labeled number 1, so we actually have 18 bags to go with this. And okay. Instruction manual. I like this. Okay. So you get Castle of the White Heron. Looks like, you get the history about the designer. And a little bit about the optical illusion in reference to the roof. And there are a total of 204 pages with 299 steps of instruction. So this is going to take quite a few hours. and I am excited to start. So here we go. All right, so here's the finished product, and wow. I mean, this is, I don't know what to say. This is an excellent rendition of the Himeji Castle. This is amazing. I mean, so first thing you notice, it's got a pretty wide, base. I think it's 12.5 inches, and it's 7 inches high. This is a modular, but the only piece that comes out is this, the very top. Nothing else really comes off. And I think for this set, Lego added one new element, and that's these corner pieces that curl up. It's basically a 2x2, but with, look at that. It's a 2x2, but with one side, one corner, curled up. So that gives you the edges, the corners of the roofs, which, I'm pretty sure it's a new element. I've never come across it in any other set, so I could be wrong, but I think it's a new element. And if it's not, well, it's new to me. But this is, I mean, they captured not just the, the idea of the castle, but the castle itself in the detail. And I am so impressed with the designer for putting this together, because as you're building it, there are so many details on the inside that unfortunately gets covered up as you're building. But even the external details are quite amazing. And just for giggles, I suppose, they give you an extra, green tree. I would love, actually, to have had more of the pink, the cherry blossoms. So I might turn these into cherry blossoms, because, how can you think about cherry blossoms without thinking about Japan? I love everything about this. I'll be honest and say that from the pyramid, which was a great design, to this one, and then, the architecture Taj Mahal, I am thinking that Lego is going, moving towards architecture sets that are about this size. I like it because you can get more details into it. But the only drawback, much like the pyramid, is that this takes a lot of space and will not easily fit on the average shelf, right? You need to find a special place for this. Which makes it, pretty difficult if I am to keep the architecture sets as my primary and permanent collection. Then I'm gonna need a bigger house. But all that aside, this was a great build. It was a fun build, and I know when I started, I said this was going to take about 2.5 hours. No, this ended up being about 5 hours, about twice that. Partly because I just stopped different times to admire it. But it's a phenomenal set, and you can really see why this castle is the castle of the white heron, because it looks like, a bird in flight. But they did a great job. They did a wonderful job. I don't know what to say about it. It's like, once it's all said and done, once you've built the entire thing, you realize how detailed it is, but at the same time, there's a certain simplicity to the build itself, even though it's so intricate on the inside. There's a certain simplicity to it. It's quite mesmerizing. For those of you who like, architecture and great architectural design, this is a great display in your home, in your office. I highly recommend it. I would give it, 5 out of 5. They knocked this one out of the park. And I am at the point where I'm getting long-winded, so I'm going to stop. But if you are following me on Instagram, at AFOLCyril, I did put up a poll, and it seems the poll was for the Titanic, the McLaren Technic set, and the piano, and the castle came, and then the castle. And all the votes that I got, the castle came first, so that's done. The next one is probably going to be the piano, and then we'll put together the Titanic. I'm so excited to put together the Titanic. It's been my holy grail for a while. But that's what's coming up next, so do stay tuned. Thank you so much for all the support. Do like and subscribe, and share as far and wide as you can, and stick around for more. And remember, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, play well.